I was born in Moscow in 1821, a city of contrasts, where faith brushed against despair and hope struggled beneath oppression. My father, a stern yet principled doctor, instilled in me a reverence for justice and suffering. At 10, I lost my mother to illness. At 20, my father was murdered by serfs on his estate, a tragedy that seared into my soul the complexity of human nature. I studied engineering, but my heart belonged to literature and philosophy. In prison, yes, I was imprisoned for my radical ideas. I discovered the truth, that even in chains, the soul can be free, that suffering, if faced with courage, can become revelation. My pen became my weapon. Through novels, I dissected the human condition. Guilt, redemption, faith, doubt, crime and punishment asked, can man play God? The brothers Karamazov asked, if God does not exist, is everything permitted? These were not mere stories. They were moral inquiries. Today, my works are translated into over 170 languages. I am cited by psychologists, theologians, even neuroscientists, not because I had answers, but because I dared to ask the deepest questions. I challenged the rising tide of nihilism and utopian socialism. I warned, systems that ignore the soul will crush the spirit. Rationalism without morality breeds tyranny. Freedom without responsibility leads to chaos. I believed in the sacredness of the individual, not as a cog in a machine, but as a being of infinite worth. I championed suffering not as an end, but as a path to empathy, humility, and ultimately, love. My revolution was internal, a call to awaken the conscience, not just the state. Look now, the world has changed, yet the soul remains the same. In my time, ideologies promised paradise through force. Today, algorithms promise connection, yet loneliness grows. You have technology beyond imagination, but do you have meaning? If I walked among you now, I would say, beware the new tyranny, not of the state, but of distraction, not of chains, but of comfort. I would call for digital confessionals, spaces where people speak truth without filters. I would demand education that nurtures conscience, not just competence. And I would warn, a society that forgets suffering forgets love. My vision was never to reject progress, but to humanize it. Imagine a world where artificial intelligence is guided by moral philosophy, where innovation serves dignity, not domination, where every child learns not only to code, but to confess, to forgive, to believe in something greater. Let us merge my century's depth with your speed. Let compassion be the algorithm. Let freedom carry responsibility. Together we can build not a perfect society, but a more human one. And in that, perhaps, lies true revolution. The world will be saved by beauty. Fyodor Dostoevsky.